Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Red Crimson 102 back again. And listen, man, the Switch 2 rumors are really whirling up. They just keep on coming in and coming in. And I told myself back in the days I was not going to report on Switch 2 rumors because people on YouTube are already doing it, but I guess I can't help myself. And I am a YouTuber, so I do have to dig deep in the bottom of that Santa Claus bag and pull out the rumors for you guys. I'm doing this for you guys. And I appreciate you guys' support. So let's not waste any more time and get right into the Switch 2 rumors. So first up, let's talk about the chip and the graphics. The Switch will be using, or should I say, the Switch will be rumored to use the T239 chip, which is a customized chip from the T234. And their findings suggested Switch 2 would have 12 gigs of RAM using two 6GB LPDDR5X modules. The RAM would offer a 7,500 transfer rate and have 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage. Now, this is not as powerful or comparable to the Series X and the PS5. At least on paper. And and let's move on to the controllers. It's also rumored that the Switch 2 will continue to use, or should I say, will be backwards compatible with its older brother Switch accessories, which are the Joy-Cons and the Pro Controller. So it's rumored that you can still attach the Joy-Cons to the new Switch 2, as well as continue to use the Pro Controller. As far as third-party controllers go from the older Switch, or should I say the current Switch we have in the market now, I don't know if you can use those as well, but I'm assuming if you can use the Pro controllers, I'm pretty sure you can use third-party controllers as well. Now, as far as the Switch 2 own dedicated controllers, it will be using a new style of Joy-Cons, but get this, guys, it's gonna be magnetic. So the new Switch 2 Joy-Cons are gonna be magnetic, where it just attaches to the side of the system. I think that's really awesome. I hope Nintendo doesn't cheap out on this new Joy-Con and have it to where the magnets aren't as powerful, and with intense gameplay, that you can potentially just drop the console, or the Joy-Cons will slide off its magnetic rails. That'd kind of suck. So here's hoping the magnets that the Switch 2 uses is strong enough to really hold those Joy-Cons together, because I don't know about you guys, the old Joy-Cons for the current Switch we have in the market now are pretty cheap. And under intense gameplay, if your my palm normally pushes up on the Joy-Con, which can break the little nub, that little latch that keeps the Joy-Cons attached to the Nintendo Switch rails, and I had to replace those. But so here's hoping that the Joy-Cons don't fall off the magnetic Switch rails when it comes out. Not to mention, guys, speaking of the Joy-Con controllers for the new Nintendo Switch, they will have built-in microphone. Now, that's nothing new. Nintendo introduced that with the Nintendo Wii, and then Sony did it with the PS5, so nothing new under the sun here. Also, let's go ahead and get into the screen. Let's talk about that screen. I heard the Nintendo Switch will go up 1 more inch from the Nintendo Switch OLED screen, and sometimes I forget what the Switch OLED screen size is. I believe it's a 7-inch screen. I'm not sure, but the new Switch 2 screen is supposed to be bigger, just as big as the Legion Go, I believe. Screen, guys, not the system, just the screen. I heard the Switch 2 is gonna have an 8-inch LCD screen. Not the OLED screen that we're used to, but Nintendo, they're going to come out with a revised model and would having an OLED screen, of course. But for now, it's an 8-inch LCD screen that is rumored to be used with Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, guys. So moving on here, so let's talk about the backwards compatibility as far as games. Now, it is also rumored that the Switch 2 will be backwards compatible. Excuse me, guys. It is rumored that the Switch 2 will be backwards compatible with the old Nintendo Switch games, which is big news for Nintendo Switch fans and for those Nintendo Switch fans that have large library of games physically, and they'll be happy to hear that you can move over all your library of games that you have physically collected, and they are playable on the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, as far as giving those games a higher clock speed and better graphics, I don't know if Nintendo is going to do that, but it'll be in the best interest to do something like that. But you know, Nintendo's Nintendo, so we'll only have to wait and see. But people that has been, you know, curious about and wondering if you can play your old Switch games on the Nintendo Switch 2, you can put your little mind at ease. Yes, the Switch 2 will be backwards compatible, and that's kind of a no-brainer. Nintendo's really big on backwards compatible, and as great as this Switch did in sales, 140 plus million, why would you not have those 140 plus million people carry over their library of Nintendo Switch games to the new Nintendo Switch? It only makes sense, guys. Speaking of backwards compatibility, also great news, guys. Now, as far as the Nintendo Switch account system, those will be carried over to the Nintendo Switch 2. So that's a good thing. So Nintendo is following in PlayStation and Microsoft footsteps, allowing you to carry across your previous account, or should I say your current account, to the new Nintendo Switch 2 system. And I hope Nintendo continues this trend moving forward into the future with, you know, newer consoles. It only makes sense to hold on to your old accounts and just build up your library from there. Now, I just like to add, guys, and I'm gonna keep this really short. I'm very excited about the Nintendo Switch 2. I think Nintendo is overdue to come out with a new Nintendo Switch. The Switch is in its last years, man, and I don't really collect or buy for this. Well, rather, I don't really buy too many Switch accessories or games anymore, because the Switch has just reached its peak. But you know, when you mod your Switch, you actually can get more performance out of it, you know, unlocking that Tegra X1. The Tegra X1 is a pretty powerful chip. A lot of YouTubers don't know what they're talking about, but the Tegra X1 is a very, very capable chip, and it's also capable of 4K. I've seen videos of people hacking the Nintendo Switch, exploding the Tegra X1 chip that allows you to play games in 4K, 60 FPS, you know, 1080p. You can get up to 120 FPS, even 240 FPS. And if you don't believe me, you can Google those videos. They're definitely out there. And it boggles my mind how Nintendo really capped that chip. And in this last years, if Nintendo came out with a firmware update to allow developers to exploit the chip more to its full potential, we could possibly get a lot of games that actually miss a Nintendo Switch and pretty much make your current library of games run a lot better. That would be dope if Nintendo allowed this, but Nintendo's Nintendo again, like I said, and they're not going to do all that, but it would be nice. So here's hoping with the Switch 2, Nintendo doesn't lock the chip down as much or at all, and we can use this chip to its full potential and get games 60 FPS and up. I think we should be done with 30 FPS games. The baseline should be 60 and up. And that's about it, guys. Like and subscribe if you're new to my channel, and I'll keep you guys updated on any more new Nintendo Switch 2 rumors. But Oh, lastly, the Switch 2, Nintendo has revealed that they will release the Switch 2 at the end of the fiscal year. So I guess that's somewhere next year, March 2025. They can't really hold the Switch release back any longer. It was supposed to be released this year, and it would have been nice if they released it this year. But Nintendo's trying to prove a point with that Nintendo Switch and try to beat those PS2 sales. At this point, it doesn't really matter if they do or they don't. But so 2025, next year, just look out for the Nintendo Switch 2. And also, just to back up that 2025 release date claim, the president of Nintendo has actually came out and stated very recently that they will reveal more information on the Switch 2 towards the end of this year. So, once they do that, that means the Switch 2 is definitely around the corner. Like and subscribe.